All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while.
We're here in the Burger King parking lot because there's no other place to do a podcast.
With McDonald's drinks.
Yeah, well, they're cheaper. Dude, there's this guy with an orange shirt walking around. He looks dirty as fuck.
Yeah?
What a wuss. Now there's this old guy who looks like Dick Cheney.
I don't see him.
Except he's not actually Dick Cheney. He's checking on his camper.
Dude, is that Captain Crunch?
I don't know, it might be. There he goes. Probably shouldn't talk too loud about other people because the windows are down.
Yeah, we're in Sean's car, and the air conditioning just decided to not work.
Yep. So we got the windows down. It's pretty groovy.
There's a pretty suspicious looking trailer to my right.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's got a bunch of boxes on it. What do you think's in the boxes? I'm seeing Phil Pro, backer rod.
Do you want to hand me your phone so I can take a picture of it and put it in the podcast?
Oh, yeah, sure. Fucking... There it goes. Take a picture. I don't know what's in those boxes, dude. Baby backer rod? What is a backer rod?
Sorry, I handed your phone to you really
No,
quick.
you're good. I don't know, man. There's probably like heads in there or something like that, you know?
Probably. I'd go check it out, but that's probably illegal.
Dude, Perry's the new dairy. As in DERRY, as in it.
Yeah. They're coming out with It Chapter 2.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be good. I really like the new ones. I think they do the book more justice than the original ones. I do like the original, like Tim Curry. But Bill Skarsgård does a really good job as Pennywise as well, so I like that.
I haven't seen any of it.
Of the new one?
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the old one?
I've seen the Hey Georgie scene.
Aw, Georgie. Yeah. It's pretty good. I like it. I mean, it's not... I wouldn't really classify the movie as scary.
More suspenseful?
Yeah, I mean, there are kind of spooky scenes in there. Like, don't get me wrong, it is spooky. But it doesn't, like... I didn't stay up that night and be like, oh, crap. That's kind of how I judge my horror.
Yeah.
Is if, like, I'll, like, think about things and then be like, oh, later. But with it, I didn't. At least the new one, I didn't. The old one I did, but that's also because I was really young when I saw that.
Yeah.
But, like, Hereditary, like, sometimes I'll still think about that and get creeped out.
I think they put that on, like, a viewing platform. Or something.
Yeah. I think it's on, Amazon Prime, actually. I think you can watch it on there if you've got Prime.
Sponsor us.
Dude, Amazon, sponsor us. But
I'd love to be sponsored by Audible.
dude, Audible's great.
Like, I use Audible.
Yeah, same.
Like, I actively use Audible, and it's a
wonder-
great service.
It is a great service. I'm listening right now to Stephen King's Cell, which is about... I'm just going to say it's a Stephen King zombie book. And that's all I'm going to say, because it gets a lot more crazy than that, of course, because it's Stephen King, but...
And I'm listening to Salem's Lot, which
All
is
right.
a Stephen King vampire book.
Hell yeah, man. That's such a good book.
It is.
That was the first Stephen King book I read. And, like, it screwed me up. Because I was new to Perry at the time. Well, relatively new. And so, like, that whole small town, not sure about people. Ooh. It got me, dude.
One of the things that impresses me is how many characters it goes in depth to in the book.
Oh, yeah. For
Like,
sure.
It's really cool to see, like, what happens to them all.
Mm-hmm. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm counting the number of books I have in Audible.
Have completed or just
16, 17, just have. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 44, and I've finished at least 95% of that.
What are you, a nerd?
Yeah. No, I've legit had Audible since middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I started listening to the Dresden Files series on that in middle school. And then I recently came back to it. Well, recently as in, like, the past 2 years, but...
Yeah.
That is another good series I recommend. The books can get a little similar sometimes, but they're all, like, fun and good stories. And the characters are really fun. I recommend that. If you want some modern day wizardry crap.
Yeah.
It's good.
I heard you drained all my sweet tea.
Dude, what? How?
I love it, man.
Dude, we're just gonna move you to Georgia.
Do you think it, like, instead of sap, the trees just have sweet tea?
I think so. I think that's what it's like down there, man. You just tap into a tree, and then it's sweet tea. The only way that they can get syrup is they have to concentrate their sweet tea. It's sweet tea syrup.
Well, it's probably really expensive there because, like, you would think that, like, Florida oranges would be cheap, but no, it's expensive. At least that's what
really?
I've heard.
Huh.
From people that live in Florida.
Weird. But they can also just grow their own if they really wanted to.
Well, growing fruit's hard, I think.
I mean, I'm sure it's, like, not the easiest, but it can't be that hard.
Well, it's time consuming.
Is it, though? You just get a tree and make sure it stays healthy. Like, if you just have, like, 1 or 2 trees, that can't be that hard. That can't be that hard.
I don't know, man.
Like, okay, raising the trees might be a little bit difficult, but it's not that time consuming. It's a plant. It's not like it's a toddler, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, all the orange farmers right now are like, dude, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And that's very valid, but, like...
One of our 7 viewers is an orange farmer.
Yeah, you never know. Dude, speaking of which, I'm drinking orange pop, so shout out to all my orange farmers.
That's gonna piss him off even more.
What, that's not real oranges in there, dude?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Are you fucking me, bro?
Is this communism or something, dude? Yeah. Speaking of, like, farms, did I ever show you that house south of town that's, like, out in, like, the rural area and it's creepy as hell?
I think
the cult house?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there's this house. It's a big brick house with a brick wall around it. And then it has 2 4-car garages. And it also has a large building behind the large brick house. And then the entrance is gated and it says, "Beware of the dogs." And it looks run down and creepy as hell. And then when I went on Google Maps to stalk on their property, there's also, it looked like a pool in the backyard. But, like, it looks like no one lives there, no one takes care of it, but I don't know, it's really creepy. It's more creepy at night, but...
Yeah.
I probably have read too much horror. I'm like, oh yes, there's a cult in there, or maybe cannibals, or both. I don't know.
So with the channel, we just recorded some new videos, so that's gonna be coming out within the next couple days.
Yep, we got Diablo 3?
3, yeah.
Diablo 3, and then I played a bit of remastered Spyro.
The third one.
The third one.
And then there's also Crash Bandicoot 3, because we only play the 3rd games in series.
Yeah, apparently.
Fallout 3 coming soon.
What's the 3rd Elder Scrolls game?
Morrowind. Fuck
Oh,
Morrowind.
God. Oh, no. Is that the one with the Scroll of Flight or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that got you.
That got me. That was after dying like 3 times to that stupid slug because I couldn't hit it, even though I was standing right on top of it.
I think it's just something to do with the
Oh
accuracy,
my
man.
god.
Like, I feel like it's like different than Skyrim, where every hit lands. I feel like you have an accuracy set.
Yeah, but like I was literally like a foot away from it,
Yeah.
looking right at it.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's like up or down more.
Either way, that game is infuriating.
Yeah.
Imagine being at the time where that game was like legendary. Like nothing was like that game. That was like the cream of the crop,
That's wild.
right? Now I've got like Red Dead 2 and it's like so realistic that the horse's balls shrink
I knew
and
you were gonna go there.
expand.
As soon as you mentioned Red Dead, I knew you were gonna
It's
go
the
there.
key feature of the game. Dude, they had to pay someone to animate that. Imagine being the one who was paid to animate the horse testicle.
You go into work and you're like, okay, today I'm working on the horse balls.
Oh, God.
I got lucky, I guess, because I only got female horses.
Lucky? Well, there's nothing unlucky about having a male horse, dude. Male
Well,
horses are cool too.
Then I have to stare at the balls.
You don't have to. You're not, and you do not. It doesn't zoom in on the horse balls.
Dude, it's... Dude, you don't understand. I had to ride a male horse for a mission, and they're so distracting.
Dude, why can't you just get them clipped? Do they even do that with horses? I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
I'm not a horse person. I've never.
Well, no, because they're outside, so you don't have to worry about them peeing on your house.
I guess, but it also has to deal with like their like rowdiness and stuff too. Probably.
Really?
Yeah, like when if you've got like other horses, like if you've got mares around, when the mating season's around, they're all crazy.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not. I dated a horse person for a little bit, and that was fine. But the horse, like, okay, horses. You know what? Okay, I don't like them, but I can understand why some people like them. But I don't understand how people can be so obsessed with them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, dogs are so much better.
That's debatable.
You can hunt with a dog. I mean, you can hunt with a horse too, but the horse ain't gonna go pick up the thing or flush him out.
I don't know,
You
man.
can pet dog. You can snuggle dogs.
I prefer cats.
Cats are good too. Cats are better than horses.
I like cats because they're like a lot more individual.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. And they can hunt around your house to make sure there are less mice and stuff.
That's what me. In fact, Meatball found a mouse last night.
What a player, Mama Hen. But yeah, horses ain't gonna go catch mice for you. Wanna know why? Because they're dumb.
Dude, they got a long dick though.
Yeah, but they're dumb.
They got that long dick though.
That doesn't concern me.
Yeah, but it's just like a fact.
Okay, so that doesn't make them better.
They got that long dick though.
That just makes them more annoying to look at.
You don't see their dick. You don't see it flopping around. They got a sheath for it.
It's sometimes they're like, ah, here's my dick. How many horses you been around? I bet I've been around more horses.
Yeah, you have. I've been around like 2 horses.
Horses. If you like horses, fine, but just don't waste all your money on them unless it's your profession. Please.
I've been warned by a horse person that like it's a trap.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's your if it's your thing, I mean, go for it. If it's what you love, go for it. But shit,
It's expensive.
it's expensive, and they crap everywhere. I mean, if you've got a good stable for them, you don't have to spend a lot of time picking up after them unless it's in their stalls.
Yeah.
I mean, they eat a bunch. Just get it like a dog, or hell, get a donkey or a mule. That way you can at least throw some Shrek references at it and feel justified, you know?
Donkey.
Oh, donkey.
What if Shrek didn't have like his accent? Like that would be such a bad movie.
Would it? What other accent would work for Shrek though?
Italian.
Italian might work.
Mamma mia, donkey.
Oh no! If he was Italian, he'd have to have a mustache. Dude, imagine Shrek with a mustache.
I'm gonna try to edit the photo and put that in there.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. Speaking of Scottish accents, when we were playing Diablo, I think we talked about this in game. Okay, there's this thing with blacksmiths. Blacksmith characters almost, I'd have to say, at least 65% of the time get Scottish accents, and it's the stupidest thing.
Is it?
Yes. I mean, obviously there were Scottish blacksmiths, but there were also Irish blacksmiths. Literally, like, almost any nationality that dealt with iron had blacksmith. There are Chinese blacksmiths, Japanese blacksmiths, there's Indian blacksmiths, Persian blacksmiths, Italian blacksmiths. They're not all Scottish.
Oh man.
And it's like, a lot of the times, it'll be like, not even an area that's Scottish, and it'll be like, oh yeah, they're using I as in yes, like AYE, and it's, I don't know, I think it's dumb.
Yeah. Like, I don't agree with it, but like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love a good Scottish blacksmith, it's entertaining as hell. But
like, I don't have a definite problem with it.
No, but it's just like, come on, let's get some blacksmith diversity, you know?
Blacksmith advocate over here.
Dude, you're damn right. You gotta get that French blacksmith. I can't, dude. How do you say blacksmith in a French accent?
You can't.
I don't think you can, unless you literally say the French translation of blacksmith, which I don't know.
I don't know either. You could look it up.
Nah.
Okay.
The internet stopped working for me.
Internet machine broke.
I fired it.
Internet machine broke.
Yeah, basically. Yikes.
So, are we gonna try to do this as a weekly podcast?
Weekly or bi-weekly, whatever works.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like because I'm a horrible person. I don't want it to be like set schedule, but at least like try and do it weekly, and then at least every other week.
Yeah. What I don't want to do is I don't want to like bulk record like we can do with videos.
Yeah.
Because for videos that makes sense. Like you can just play a bit.
Yeah, because you don't want to play for just like 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah. It kind of, that way you kind of get back into the flow of the game.
Yep.
But like for podcasts, if you just do it in one sitting, you just run out of things to say.
Yeah, basically.
So the beginning is better than the end.
Generally. I think this is proof of that.
Dude, I checked it, and we're
only like 15 minutes in.
We're only 18 minutes in.
Oh, man.
How long do you want to shoot for?
I don't know, 30, 40?
An hour?
We shouldn't start out. I mean, eventually, because I feel like podcasting is something you get better at. So, like, as we get better at it, we'll have longer episodes of podcasts, but, I mean, forcing the conversation isn't going to make it more interesting, most likely.
Yeah.
But we can have segments. We can have segments like we could do like a video game segment, or like a debate segment, or I don't know, like current events.
Dude, segment. I'm bad with current events. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Dude, you just go on MSN. Click through the things.
I don't know, man.
Dude, open up that internet edge, dude. You'll get some news right there.
Let's try to have a debate.
All right.
Okay. Do you think that like media is over-sequelized, if that's a word? Like,
over-sequelized. I'd say yes. Yeah, I'd say yeah.
So like, let's say tomorrow
Uh-huh.
we get the news that they're making a sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, what would your reaction be?
Okay, so now I'm making a fool of myself because I wouldn't mind that.
Really?
Because that's a new thing. That's a new thing.
Dude, I would be pissed.
Like, if they have more than 3, if they have 3 or more Into the Spider-Verses, I'd be like, pushing it.
Yeah.
But since it's a new thing, like that, mainly I just want to see more of the animation, because that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But, like, if you do, like, 3 is really pushing it. 3 is really pushing it. And the thing is, like, with a lot of times, like, you get, like, action movie sequels, and you don't need any. Like, I feel like most action movies are good as just, like, a standalone, like, have a fun time thing, you know?
Well, that's where my thing comes in. Like, Spider-Verse doesn't need a sequel. It ended perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless it was, like, not a story sequel, or they just kind of visited the characters to show off the animation style more, which, again, is that really a movie?
Right. Yeah, it would have to be, like, a really solid sequel to do it justice.
Yeah, I don't want to see that franchise go down the
Yeah.
route where it's just milked into nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the thing is, like, so often, like, sequel, instead of, like, like, I feel like sequels are so often where they just don't expand on the world, or they do, but it's not enough. Like, John Wick, that is a good example of good sequels, I think.
Yeah, like, a sequel shouldn't...
Yeah, it expands on the world, it makes the action more, I mean, in a lot of cases, outlandish, but it is John Wick, so...
It shouldn't just be the first one again.
Exactly. I more have a problem with reboots.
Reboot? Why?
Yep. Because, don't get me wrong, and there is a way to do it justice, like everything, but, like, okay, Lion King, let's make a new one.
Have you seen the new one, though?
No, I've heard it's okay.
Yeah.
Aladdin, let's make another one. Mainly, it's just Disney trying to rake in the cash.
I think it is kind of novel to be able to go and see your favorite kids movie that was animated, like live action for kids. But the problem with that is it's not kids that they're marketing it towards.
Yeah, no.
Those kids have grown up.
Yep, it's just nostalgia. Oh, you liked this before, you'll like this now.
Dude, I do want to see Will Smith as the genie.
That's fair. But do you want to see the whole picture again?
No, I've never seen Aladdin.
Okay, so there you go.
I just think Will Smith makes a fun genie.
Yeah, Will Smith is hilarious. But yeah, reboots. Everything gets rebooted. I don't need it. I
Yeah.
can just go watch the old stuff.
What about video game reboots? Or remasters?
I don't think that's as much of a problem. But that depends. Like, if they rebooted... Because, like, a remaster and a reboot's totally different.
Yeah.
A reboot is making it again and trying to, like,
I'm trying to think
change
of an
the
example.
story or something like. I don't know.
Like,
exactly how to
Spyro's
explain it.
done it a couple times.
Sure, yeah, but so like a remaster is just taking literally the exact same thing and just making the graphics look better and stuff. Like if they tried to reboot Shadow of the Colossus, that would be way different from a remaster of the Shadow of the Colossus. You feel?
Yeah.
Like if you tried to like redo the story of Shadow of the Colossus, screw off. I don't want to talk to you. Get off this planet.
Really?
Yeah. That game is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it is. And, like, I agree that you shouldn't mess with perfection.
And it isn't even perfection. It's just, like, such a classic tale. It, like, had such an impact on the world of gaming. And it's so good. And remastering it works. Because you're just taking the graphics and boosting it.
Well, like with Crash, what they did was they took the graphics, they rebooted it, and then they redid the control scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough to like make it like, oh, this is unplayable and completely different, but enough to go, okay, this is different, tighter, and then they put that same control scheme in all 3 games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they added a couple other little things, but like they kept the games the same.
That makes sense, yeah. If you can hear that, we're by a highway right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, reboots can be really rough. I'm trying to think of like a movie series that has been rebooted. Star
Endgame.
Wars was kind of rebooted.
It was rebooted twice, wasn't it?
I feel like the prequels wasn't really a reboot. I feel like George Lucas had that in the books.
Okay.
But then when Disney bought Lucasfilm, I feel like that was a reboot. And those movies aren't that bad. I mean, they have their problems for sure, but they're not too bad. But since it's rebooting such a iconic thing, it's although I guess it's not a reboot though, is it? It's
I
just
don't think
sequels.
so.
It's just a lot of sequels.
Like,
Because I feel like is a reboot just like having the same story and then changing it?
I think so. I think it's the same premise.
Right. It's the same like story arc. Whereas yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Like, I haven't seen The Last Jedi, but I enjoyed The Force Awakens.
Yeah, dude, I even enjoyed Solo in like a oh god, this is silly kind of way.
Yeah, like watching an old movie again.
Yeah, and that okay, so that's another thing that gets on my nerves. People that just like will find any excuse to crap on a movie.
Yeah.
Like there are some movies that are legitimately bad. Like there's this movie called I, Frankenstein. So bad. It was so bad. It was ungodly bad. But then there are movies that are obviously not made the best, but I feel like you should still try and enjoy the movie. You know?
Yeah. Like, my example for movies that are just outright bad are the Netflix anime adaptations.
I
Like, they're just not good.
haven't seen any, but I've heard things.
We should do a review of one. Have you seen Death Note? Or,
No, I read like the first issue of the manga.
okay. So you'd be going into Death Note, but basically blind.
Relatively, yeah.
See, like, I want to show you Full Metal Alchemist, but, like, I also want you to watch the anime. So I don't want, like, the possibility of spoilers. I don't want that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I gotta watch Full Metal. But then that means I have to, like, make time to do that. Although, really, you don't, because anime episodes are so short.
Yeah.
I'm just a lazy piece of shit.
I would recommend Brotherhood, though, over the original.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Like, I haven't seen the original, but, like, apparently it's... What people have a problem with, based on what I've gathered, is that it's loyal to the manga to a point, and then it was coming out as the manga was coming out, so it ran on a manga, so it had to do its own ending.
Oh, so they had, like, a Game of Thrones thing going on there, huh?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Whereas Brotherhood is just loyal to the manga.
Oh, that's cool. What are other things that are not good?
Fuck Crash Bandicoot, the first one. It's hard.
Yeah, that's part of the fun, though.
It's so frustrating, though.
It is so frustrating.
Like, I threw you in on one of the bridge levels.
Oh, I wanted to jump off the bridge myself.
Like, it's bullshit.
It is bullshit, but that's what keeps you coming back.
One of the things I don't like, though, is that the game itself, I don't think it has much replay value, because to get through the stages, the harder ones, you have to memorize the stage.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know the stage. So, like, going back and playing it, you're just like, okay, I'm just doing it again.
Right, yeah.
Like, playing it for the first time is kind of fun, because you're like, okay, I do this, this, this.
Yep.
Also, the difficulty is really inconsistent. You'll have a level that is like, this isn't too bad, to, like, the bridge level.
Yeah. Yeah, that bridge level is rough.
That's only the first one. There's another one that's harder.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. He's hacking up a lung.
I'm good now.
Alright, cool.
Where are we at?
25.
29.
Oh, damn! Yo.
Okay, one last thing.
Alright.
What's it gonna be? What's your favorite and least favorite game you've ever played?
Oh, that's such a mean question.
I'll start with my favorite game, and that's Red Dead 2.
Okay, fair.
Like,
Wait, it's not Fallout 3 anymore?
no, it changed.
Oh,
It
damn!
went from Fallout 3 to The Witcher 3 to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Alright. What's your least favorite, then?
Fucking Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking about that. I'd say my least favorite is probably, what was that game?
Eminem Shell Shocked.
Eminem Shell Shocked.
It's just Crash Bandicoot.
That game sucks. It's Crash Bandicoot with worse controls and like, it sucks.
More bullshit.
More bullshit. For favorite game, that's really hard. I'd have to say... Right now, it's Elite Dangerous.
Really?
I
That's
think
not
that's...
a surprise.
I think it's right. It's Elite Dangerous, and then I've also been playing a fair bit of the original Insurgency game, not Insurgency Sandstorm. So those are good. But in terms of like story wise,
Spyro 3.
no. I'm trying to think of a game that has like a really good story that like actually left an impact on me.
You were talking about Shadow of the Colossus earlier.
I never even finished that game, but it was really good. I suck at finishing games. What's a game? It might just be Dark Souls 2.
Oh, really?
Finishing that game after a couple years of trying to finish it.
Yeah, that must have meant a lot.
And like everyone out there that's like, oh, it's the easiest one. Okay, screw off. I had never played any Dark Souls games before that. And I was like in like middle school and high school.
Yeah. That's like saying it's the least hot pepper. It's still hot.
Yeah. I don't know, I think it's just a really solid game. I think it's very, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, just like all Dark Souls, or Souls games, I guess. It's very, atmospheric, and you've got, like, a good sense of scale and everything on the maps, so. That one was really satisfying to finally beat it.
My main complaint with that game, and it's kind of major, but at the same time not, but I don't like how you lose health every time you die, maximum health. Because, like, I feel like that takes away the Souls experience. Because the Souls experience is learning the patterns and the enemies at your own pace.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, it makes you do it much quicker. Because every time you die, you get less of a chance to memorize patterns.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of more of a thing, like, early game, because once you get far enough in the game and you have a place where you can farm souls, you can just go to the hag and you can just buy a bunch of the human effigies, which gets your, brings it back to the original health bar.
Okay.
So yeah, that's mainly just a problem early game.
I only played the early game, so...
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, that is really frustrating.
Now, which part of the game is the hardest for you? The, like, middle of the game, the earliest, or the beginning? Because for a lot of games, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of this gem, Earthbound, for the SNES. The hardest part of the game is right at the beginning, because you only have one party member.
Yeah, I'm trying to think for Dark Souls 2 what was the hardest part. I don't really... I mean, probably the first part, because I had never played any Souls games before.
After that, I know the hardest part, the Smelter Demon.
Oh, I spent so long trying to fight the Smelter Demon, and then I finally beat him.
And then the run-up to him, right?
And then... Yeah, sometimes... I mean, there are parts in a bunch of different maps that are really frustrating and hard to deal with, but, I mean, you get better at it.
Now, like, is it frustrating in, like, an organic way where it's like, I messed up, or is it like this is too much?
No, I think and the Souls games do a good job of this. It's usually like, oh, I messed up on this. I need to learn the pattern better. Like I got to the point where I could go and beat the I think it's the Belfry Gargoyles. I could beat that in one run. I got to the point where I could beat that,
And that's like 6 of them.
That's
right?
like 6 of them, and they are staggered. They don't all come at you at once. It starts out with 3, and it's not based on when you beat one. It's based on time. So if you don't beat one, then now you have 4, and that's like insanely hard. So you gotta like pick up the pace and you gotta go at it. But
do you agree with the complaint that for a lot of the difficulty of the game is just fight a lot of dudes?
I think so. I think that's kind of fair. Like when you the first what is it? The Rat
King.
when
Royal Rat Vanguard, right?
I think that's the one. Not the. I mean, don't. And I spent a long time facing the giant rat as well.
Yeah.
I spent a while doing that. That was a pain. But when there was like a crap ton of rats, I spent a long time trying to figure that out. And then you know what? Eventually, I found my playstyle and I just sheared through them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a pain in the ass. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, on one hand, that is very frustrating with just the number of enemies. But at the same time, that is a thing to get to practice as well.
Yeah.
Is singling out enemies and getting to a spot where you can dodge them and all that stuff. I mean, it is frustrating, but I don't think that's like something wrong with the game.
And it bothers me when people act like that's not a thing in the other games, because it is.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is. Maybe not as bad, but like another thing is, how are the hitboxes? Do you remember ever being like, oh, that shouldn't have hit me?
Not really, no.
No, because that's another major complaint with the game.
No, I mean, obviously there are a couple times where I was like, wow, I really didn't think that would have hit me. But I don't think it was that bad.
Nothing to write home about, right?
No, not
Now,
at all.
you didn't play the Scholar of the First Sin version of the game.
No, I just had the base game.
Because that one changes a lot.
Huh.
At least what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep, nope, I just played base game. I'm trying to think of what game was I playing recently that had horrible. Oh, it's got better hitboxes than Monster Hunter World, that's for sure. Monster Hunter World has some bullshit hitboxes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's dumb. Like, I was 3 feet away from this thing, and it was like, oh, now you're flying across the map.
Monster Hunter World is kind of fun.
It is a fun game. I enjoy it.
There's just too much for me to get into.
Yeah, there's just a lot of it. So it can be kind of a pain to try and get into. I enjoy it, but I don't play it religiously. It's just something fun to get on every now and again and beat some monsters up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter.
Fuck the fucking Pookie.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It picks up rocks and shit.
No, dude, that's the Kuluyaku.
Well, I fought one that did that.
You fought a Puke that picked up rocks.
Yeah.
I think you're lying there, bub.
No, I was at your house when I did it.
And it was what did it look like?
It was purple and shit.
That's the Puke, but the Puke does not pick up rocks.
Maybe it was a jar or something.
No.
I know it picked something up.
It doesn't pick anything up.
I remember...
It doesn't have hands, dude.
I remember...
It just has wings.
I remember something picking something up and pissing me off.
Yeah, that was the Kuluyaku.
I don't think I fought that, though.
Sometimes they just show up and are like, screw you.
I don't know, man.
I do.
I don't know.
I do know. It was the Kuluyaku.
The world may never know.
Okay. Sure.
Is anybody gonna come and get that? Really?
I don't know, we should take it. I think I've got a hitch on this truck.
Okay, we're at 40 minutes. We made the goal.
Alright, cool.
Alright, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Oh, if you do decide to leave comments, give us something to talk about.
Yeah, please do.
See
Alright,
y'all. Bye-bye.
bye.